Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tay Terrell. Obviously you are on my channel, so that would be who I am. So I just wanted to do a quick little video explaining to you guys kind of like how I got into photography and how it's been going so far, because it's definitely just like a little side gig, but keeps me busy most evenings during the month. I just left a shoot and I'm on my way home now. Garrett's making dinner. We're having some chicken tortilla soup tonight. I'm really excited about that. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to fill you guys in because I haven't really like explained how I got to where I am now with photography or why I even got started, any of that stuff. And I've been getting a lot of questions about it because it's pretty random. Here's the deal. I'm gonna park my car. I'm gonna tell you a quick 10-minute story, and then I'm gonna go home and have dinner with my husband, all right? So how did I get into photography, you might ask? You might not also ask that, and if you're not asking that, you don't have to watch this video. But a lot of people are curious, and the thing is, I've already kind of explained this if you just watched my life update Q&A video, the last one I just did. I'll put the link down below if I remember. If not, just go look at my other videos, because I just posted it. Anyway, I was telling you guys about kind of like what's going on in life right now. I don't really know. I'm really happy, I'm enjoying it. I feel like I'm starting to like really get into, like I'm headed the right direction. Not that I feel like I was in the wrong direction, but I feel like the past few years I've just been like trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be going, and I know it's always going to be a mystery and a journey and all of that, but I feel like I'm headed towards where I feel like I'm going to thrive the most, be successful but also be happy, not just be successful and not happy, or vice versa. I just wanted to kind of explain like how I got into it. And so basically what happened was, when I was doing Salted Road Coffee, I loved it at first. Long story short, if you haven't watched my video, I explained to you guys like why I ended up selling it and everything, and I go into way more detail, but I just wasn't loving it anymore. And it's one of those things where it took me 4 years to create it, and I was really excited about it in the beginning, but by the time it opened and I started functioning, I just wasn't like, I didn't feel like I was doing what I should be doing. And granted, I'm very proud of what I did, but I just knew it wasn't for me. I knew it was better off selling it and giving it to someone else who would be passionate about that. Sold the business, and then from there, I was like, I don't really know what I want to do. I was already making good money with other things I was doing, but I wasn't very happy. Like, I didn't feel like I was happy in life. But as far as like work is so much of your life, no matter what you're doing. It's like, it takes up so much of our time, and we all need an income because we all gotta live. We gotta pay our bills. We gotta buy food. We gotta, you know, all the things. You gotta pay for your bills. I really don't want to not enjoy or love or feel passionate about what I'm doing to make money, because it's not just money at the end of the day. Like, I want to be excited to wake up every day and do what I'm doing. I was kind of just reflecting on life. This year has been like really pivotal for a lot of reasons, but I felt like I used to be really creative, and I do feel like I got to be a little creative with the coffee business as far as creating like the branding and the drink recipes and all of that. But like, once everything was actually up and running, the drink recipes were solid. I would come up with like new ones every once in a while, but there wasn't that much room for creativity, I suppose, to the extent that I was looking for it. And it was all like numbers focused, which is how every business is numbers focused to a certain extent, of course, because you want to keep running and everything. But I didn't feel like I was using any creative bones in my body anymore. So another thing that I love doing is interior design, but I knew I didn't want to pursue that as a job because there's been a couple other things that I pursued as a job, and I feel like it ruined it for me. So I used to love like hand lettering things, and for a little bit I did. The name of my business was Bella Novelle, which stands for like beautiful short story or something. I don't even remember. Anyway, I loved like doing calligraphy kind of stuff. So I did some custom pieces for people, but I felt like, again, my creativity was like taken out, and I just was like doing whatever people wanted me to be doing and getting paid for that, which is totally fine if that's your thing, but I felt like I didn't have any creative freedom. Back in the day, I used to be into photography and videography, and I guess like to a certain extent I'm into videography because I do YouTube, but not really. Like, my videos are very plain and simple. I like cut out where I mess up what I'm saying, but I'm not really like doing anything creative with my videos or anything like that. But I never pursued photography because I felt like everyone and their mama was doing photography. Like, everyone was doing photography. And I was like, I don't want to be like everybody else. And that's part of me just being stubborn. I didn't want to do what everyone was doing because I've always liked doing things that are different and out of the box and not what normally people are doing. So like the coffee trailer. I didn't know anyone doing that when I began. YouTube, I started before I knew anyone in my life doing YouTube, that kind of stuff. Like, I just love doing things that were out of the box. So I never considered photography, but I've always been interested. So that's kind of like where that was from. And then really, I actually decided I want to pursue videography more. So that's kind of why I started to do the female-owned series, because I wanted to highlight women in business, but at the same time I wanted to get better at like videography, and I didn't love it as much as I thought I would. Again, it's one of those things where you just have to try everything and figure out what you like the best, because it's hard to know until you've like really tried everything. I started to pursue that. I bought a couple courses and started to like study the art of videography or whatever. Meanwhile, okay, all of this is happening in the past like 6 months. Meanwhile, I was trying to open this business that was gonna be an online store. And I really wanted to take you guys on the journey again of opening another business, because after selling the trailer, I was like, well, I still want to run some sort of business, small or big, doesn't matter, to like show you guys that you can start from ground zero again, you know? And I really love starting from ground zero with things. I love creating something. I think where I get bored is when I feel like I'm just consistently doing something for a long period of time. I'm not good at that. Like, I like having an idea and then making it reality and then building it, and then after a couple years I'm like, okay, what's next? Like, I just want to do another challenge. I was gonna open this store. I'm not gonna tell you quite like what I was planning to sell. It wasn't clothes or anything like that, but I was gonna do an online store. I had a name picked out and everything, which I will not share just in case I do it one day. And for some reason, you know, I've obviously been through the state with everything, opening a business. I did that with a coffee trailer, but I kept having issues trying to come up with the name, not come up with the name, but them approving the name. And then they like wouldn't get back to me. And then anyway, I wasted like a month and a half, which granted, a month and a half is not a long time compared to 4 years that it took me to do the trailer. But I just like kept hitting roadblocks on the dumbest stuff. That's like basics of creating an LLC for your business and going through the state. I just was like, maybe this is not meant to be, because I kept hitting roadblocks with that, and it should be really simple. So while I was kind of trying to figure that out, at the same time, I bought a nicer camera because I was doing the videography stuff. I have the Sony a7 III. Right now I have the 50 milliliter lens on here, but anyway, I bought this camera. Never had a Sony before. I just wanted to give it a shot, and I really love it. I can talk more about like that kind of stuff later. I'm still learning. Like, I'm not a professional by any means, but I'm having fun. But that's kind of where the camera came from, all right? Because I was planning to do videography. Tried videography. Not that I'm done with it forever, but I just wasn't as excited about it as I thought I would be. And then one day with my friend Shaylee, I was like, hey, let's go take pictures tonight. Like, I have nothing planned, so let's go take pictures. That's it. I went that night and took pictures of her, and I just loved it, and I wanted to keep doing it. And so that night I was telling her about that other business I was gonna open, and telling her that I was having issues opening it and it really shouldn't be that hard. So I was like, well, maybe for now I'll just like take pictures. You know, it was just a little idea. So then I just did free pictures for people for probably like a month, and I had quite a bit of support as far as, obviously people want free pictures, but a lot of people like wanted to be free models for me. So I got to practice a lot, and then I just started watching a lot of YouTube videos on settings and things and learning all that I could. And then I was like, well, if I'm gonna be taking pictures of people, I started having people ask what I charge. And I was like, oh, people would like actually pay me for this? Like, I was just doing it for fun, you know? I've always wanted to be that mom one day. To be that mom one day that can take like really cute pictures of her kids. Like, I didn't want to pay a photographer when I could just take my own pictures. I've always loved taking pictures of people on my iPhone, and like my friends, my husband, my family, people would always send me pictures to edit, and then I would send them back to them for them to post. Like, people just always would ask me to like help them with their pictures, and I love it. I love directing photos. I love editing it. I just have a lot of fun with it. So I know this is longer than 10 minutes. It's gonna be longer than 10 minutes, but it's so hard to explain because it's just been such a not straight journey. It just has been like all these things, and then basically photography just kind of fell in my lap. And again, like Garrett was like, well, why don't you just like do this as a side thing? And I was like, well, because everyone does photography. So I don't want to do photography because everyone does it. But then I was thinking about it, and I'm like, who the frick cares? Who cares? Like, I wasn't against it because I thought it's oversaturated, which it is really saturated. But I just was so stubborn. I wanted to be different than everybody else and do something different. So I was like, I'm not doing that because everyone does that. But the reality is, I don't care anymore. I don't care. I don't care if I'm doing anything different or not. I don't care if everyone is a photographer these days. I don't care because I like it and I'm having fun with it. I don't know how long I'll do it. If you guys have caught on to my personality at all, I do things for like 2 years and then I'm like, I'm bored. I want to do the next thing. And then I change it up. That's just how I am. And I've just learned to accept that because I used to get like disappointed in myself. There's nothing wrong with that. Like my personality just likes to build something and then build it again and then build it again and build something again. And that's fine. So I think I'm just getting to know myself better and how I function and what makes me excited and passionate and that kind of stuff. So if you guys are similar personalities, let me know down below if you're kind of like that. But then there's people who like, they get one job and they do it for the rest of their life, and just props to you because I am not built that way. I can't do that. With that said, I decided, okay, everyone's different. Everyone's styles are different. I still think I have a lot to learn, hence why actually tomorrow me and Garrett are leaving for Idaho, and I am doing a photo mentorship, like a photography mentorship with Rosie Neri, who is the girl that took our engagement photos, and she's the best. She's so good. So I'm doing a mentorship with her in a couple days, and I'm gonna vlog while I'm there. I can't vlog when I'm actually with her, obviously, but I'm gonna vlog our trip just because I want to better my skills. And even if this isn't something I do longer than a year or two, it's still a good skill to have. It's to like know how to use a camera well, you know? So I just want to learn all that I can right now. I'm rolling with it. I've been blown away at how much support I've gotten. My books have been booked up for like 2 months in advance. I don't know how it happened. Like, I just have really supportive people around me, I guess. And I offered like pretty cheap prices in the beginning, and now I've raised my prices since after the first month. But it's just been really fun for me. I'm like really enjoying it, and I'm finding like my niche in photography, and I'll do pictures of like anything that people ask, but I feel like where I'm the most creative is couples and best friend sessions. I do also like senior sessions. I just did a senior session for a girl, but I just think it's really fun to be like in a really small group with people. I don't think I have a desire to ever do weddings. I'm not really doing this for the money. I already make good money aside from photography. I did this simply just to like exercise my creative bone again, because I feel like I hadn't been creative in a long time, and that makes me sad because I like grew up, you know, taking pictures of like leaves and like a shell at the beach when I was in junior high, and thinking I was like really good at photography, and then doing videos when I was a kid and being creative, and I just like miss being creative, I guess. So I'm trying to bring that back, and that's kind of like what happened with it. And I do actually have a behind the scenes video I can share with you guys from one of my sessions. I look like such a mess right now, I just realized that, sorry. Anyway, I have a behind the scenes like footage I'll show you guys where you can kind of see like how I take pictures. I don't have the sound on because we're at the beach and it was really windy, so you can't even hear what we were saying. But let me know like what other content you want photography wise. I for real don't know everything. Like, I am still trying to get to know the settings on my camera. I just kind of guess and check a lot during my shoot, and people are really patient with me, but I've been having a lot of fun with it. And so if there's anything that you guys want me to talk about, like what gear I use, or like how much I charged in the beginning versus what I charge now, or again, I am not a professional, but I can tell you guys my journey, and that is kind of the plan with this as well. Now that you've heard the whole story, now you get why it was so like random for me. It was never the plan, it just was like nothing else was working out that I was trying. And a big pro life tip, if you're like, I don't know what I'm passionate about, I feel ya. I've literally never felt that way in my life until 6 months ago. I was like, I literally don't know what I want to do, like right now at all. I have no idea. So what I did was I just tried everything. I even bought an interior design course, which I haven't finished yet, and a lot of you guys have been asking me about that, because after starting it, I was bored. And I think I just like designing my house for fun, but I don't want to do it as a job. I don't want people to pay me for that. And I don't want to do videography as a job. I do like photography though, and it's fun for me, and I wouldn't have known that if I didn't just go out one day and take pictures of my friend. So just keep an open mind, try a lot of stuff. If there's anything that you're partially interested in, try it. Just try it. Worst case scenario, you don't love it. And if it's not a big investment, then you have nothing to lose. If it is a bigger investment, then maybe do some thinking or watch some free YouTube videos about it first. If you're dying of boredom in the first 5 minutes, it's probably not for you. But if you're like a geek about it and you love it and you're learning all the things and you love learning all the things, then maybe it's something you should pursue. So now I'm actually gonna share the behind the scenes footage right here for you guys to watch. It's not that long, but after that, I will be right back with you. Okay, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video and this story. I know it's kind of all over the place, but I need to go home and eat dinner with Garrett and edit these photos. So if you guys want to follow my photography journey and just see kind of how my style changes, because it's continuing to kind of like morph into more of what my style is, I think you can follow me on Instagram at Cedar and Sun. I can also do a video about how I came up with the name and the branding and all of that. But yeah, let me know in the comments below what more you guys want to see on this topic, or if you even want any photography content or not. I don't care. If you don't, that's fine. I won't talk about it at all. I won't talk about it at all. I'll show my dog in every video if that's what you want. Anyway, now I'm rambling. So I'm gonna go. You can follow me on my personal Instagram as well if you're interested. I am the most active on there. So if you want to see me in everyday life, that's pretty much where I'm at. So Tate Terrell on Instagram if you want to follow me there, and then go ahead and like this video. That helps me out. Subscribe, turn on the bell notifications as well if you want to be kept up with future videos and be one of the first to watch. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.